it would be great practice for people to start visualizing, going on appointments, walking through a property, having a conversation with the seller where they're building great rapport and
Right.
the seller likes them, they like the seller, they hit it off, and they have the ability to structure a great deal. That's a win-win for both parties, right?
Right.
I have had so many situations where I've been on the appointments, and even though it's my first time going to the appointment, I have gotten the properties under contract with my first time meeting them. So it would be great for people to walk through those steps and imagine and visualize themselves doing that.
Yeah, because then you're manifesting it.
Yes, so you have already practiced it in your mind, and as long as your intention, you're aligned, you want to do the best, you have the best intention for them, you want to help bring value and service to the sellers, then the money is going to come. Then you will structure a great deal.
But I think that's exactly what you do. You're so clear with your vision, and then you're like a magnet. You really visualize it. You manifest it. You have a real good talent with that.
Thank you.
That didn't come easy for me. I didn't manifest things when I was starting out. I didn't visualize before I walked through the door. I was probably petrified.
You didn't quit. That is something
No.
that's a great thing. You've been at this in this business, Dana, for over 20 years, 30 years, for a long time. You didn't quit, and that is huge. So it's a big lesson for people.
You can't quit because you do get the reward if you just like anything else. If you stick with it, you get a feel for it. Sometimes it's more pleasant than other times, but it's the goal. It's what you're trying to achieve, and everybody who has to make a living some way somehow is going through that uncomfortable feeling, either in their working environment or dealing with a boss they don't want to be around or be bossed around, or everybody's got to deal with it and adapt. But I'm not that's one thing, I was never a quitter. So I mean, in fact, I think the harder it was, the more challenging it was, I was more inspired to make sure I accomplished that goal, because I don't like that feeling when you try really hard and you didn't get it. It just makes me want to get it. I have to get it. If I'm going to try that hard, I'm going to get it.
That's good. If I'm gonna get all the way to, might as well finish it, go all the way to the end.
Yeah, and you just keep going. I don't know. After a while, you just get like hardened to it, or it just, I don't know. It just
It
doesn't
becomes
affect
second
me.
nature, right? Just like riding a bike, it becomes second nature. You
It
know,
it does. I mean, you just expect everything, so that when it happens, you've been through it before. I mean, how much?
so that's what you just said. So you expect I've told so many people this. Life brings us what we expect and what we believe. It's a knowing almost. So you and I are at a point where we know that our next deal is around the corner. Whether it's today or tomorrow or the next day, we know it's not around the corner because we have gotten so many deals, so many properties that it's annoying. Just like we know there's a sun outside and we might be clouded today, but the sun is coming out tomorrow. It's a similar knowing that we have when it comes to real estate. So people who are starting out or may have only done a few deals don't have that knowing, and they may not have that level of expectation of themselves that they can deliver. And because they don't, it's easier to quit.
It is easier to quit, but when you quit, the pain of quitting is so much worse,
It
because then
is.
you're left with nothing,
It
and
is.
that's much more painful.
Yeah.
But I try to keep a positive outlook all the time.
You have to, because things are not always easy, and every season is not always the same, right? So when we're looking at our real estate business, based on the uncertainty that exists right now and that we're feeling, and based on our experience or our knowledge in certain neighborhoods, because keep in mind, there are certain pockets all over the country that are kind of like in a bubble. because of the location, because of the income that's surrounding in those areas, whatever the reason, they're in a kind of a bubble. So even though they may be affected to a degree, prices will not plummet.
No, they're not. They're not plummeting, but to negotiate a lower percentage when the market's going, it's going, that's
It's
hard.
just- it is. So you'll go on more appointments. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to go. That's the only thing. Based on your risk tolerance, right? The great thing with us is that because we use leverage, right? The flex model that I have, we want to buy on terms, whether we buy a house subject to the existing loan or seller financing or kind of anything in between, right? We're leveraging. That is key. Because even if we pay a little bit higher of a price than we should have, let's say the market drops a little bit, it drops 10-15%, let's say it drops 20%. Even if you bought it at 85 cents and then it dropped 5% below that on the dollar, right? You can wait it out. We have multiple exit strategies.
Yeah.
That's the great thing with us. It's not like we're a rehabber and we only have 6 months because
Yeah.
we're using a hard money loan, right?
Mm.
Hard money lenders, they charge you points and fees and penalties if you go past those 6 months. That's not what we're doing here. So what's the big deal, right? Even if the prices drop a little bit, we can wait it out. You can hold the property longer. And keep in mind that the interest rates that are so low right now, we'll continue to get principal balance reduction on the back end.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
So the individuals that we need to vet the individuals that move into our properties even more right now. If one of our exit strategies is at least with an option to purchase, maybe ask for more of an option consideration to be put down. Or even if it's a straight out lease, like people who are government employees or government contractors. So there's pros and cons on the type of properties that people get and investors get into. Can you be cash flowing a little bit more in a $200,000 price? Yes, 200,000 to 300,000, probably, right? You can cash flow, but the only issue with lower income housing is the turnover. You might have to evict people. They might get up and leave. Okay. Thanksgiving is going to be around the corner, Christmas. So can get some good deals that we can create win-win scenarios for, right? Help someone move on with their life, help them move out of a situation that they currently are in. At the same time, it makes sense financially for us to make a profit.
I liked our discussion today.
Me too.
Thanks. I liked your ideas.
You're welcome.
I like that when you were sitting there and you're thinking of the imagery of white, you're being protected, you're giving them that's cool. I'm going to take that thought and apply that.
You do that, and then
thank you, Coach Juan.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Great talking to you. I'm here for you if you come across anything, if you need anything, I'm here.
Oh, same here. Same here.
Have a great day and a good rest of the week. Take care.
Bye.